After connecting the hemodynamic unit to the main unit, the following instructions will guide you to the monitoring screen. You need to go to the PiCCO screen. All the following steps will be presented in this short setup guide. Going to the main screen of the PiCCO is by simply touching the small parameter area on the left part of the monitor. If you touch it once, it will open up a big screen with all the parameters being there available. The screen is being set up by several tabs. You can see here on the bottom of the others. The first one is the PiCCO thermodilution screen. Here you can perform a thermodilution measurement. The second tab is the arterial pressure screen. In this screen you can just check if your signal is adequate or even to perform a zeroing. The third tab, and this is automatically the first tab that will be opened when you go to the PiCCO screen, is the screen where you can see all the flow and volume parameters. The fourth screen will bring you to the area where you can have the CVOX information, but you can also find the organ functions, like extravascular lung water and the origin of the lung water, the permeability index. This screen is the alarm button function. In this screen you can set up alarm settings. The last screen is Others. Here you can make your own preferences, which is being presented here. For example, if you want to include the global and diastolic volume on your small area on your main screen monitoring, just simply select the blank area over here and choose global and diastolic volume. It is automatically displayed on the left side of the screen. It's also the other way around. If you want to have one of the parameters not being visual here, you can simply choose the one you want to have not being displayed. Like extravascular lung water, simply touch extravascular lung water and it will be out of your main screen. Now you need to see if all the patient data is being inputted. On the right corner you will see patient info. As soon as you touch the button, you will come in the patient information screen. The information being provided needs to be entered here. Means you need to put in the date of birth, if the patient is an adult or pediatric, the height and the weight of the patient, and the gender. The patient ID and the name is not mandatory as input. The following steps need to be taken to perform a PiCCO measurement. We will go to the left part screen, which brings you to the tabs. Now go to the arterial pressure tab, the second one, by simply pressing it. As you can see, we still don't have any numbers. The curve is visible. We need to zero this. By just simply open the stopcock to the open air, you can press zero call and a zeroing will be performed. Closing the stopcock again, the arterial waveform curve will come back and the numbers will be displayed. After zeroing the arterial pressure, you need to go to the PiCCO thermodilution screen. It's the first tab on the screen. Before you do any measurement, please go to the right bottom and select catheter settings. Be aware you do this, or else you will not perform any thermodilution measurement. Here you can select the arterial catheter position. Is the arterial catheter position placed in the arteriofemoral, or in the brachial, or in the axillary? By simply touching the right position where the catheter is placed in your patient for the right information. we select femoral in this case. Another option is to find where your central venous catheter is placed at your patient. Standard and basically is normal at the sub of jugular. But you can also choose for a femoral. This is sometimes being wanted when your patient is unable to have an upper central line. In this case, the PiCCO calculation will automatically give you the right numbers and correct values. Going out of the screen, pressing the cross at the top right. Performing a PiCCO thermodilution, just simply check the blood temperature and the injectate temperature. Both are visible, we can do a thermodilution. At the left corner, you can enter the amount of bolus volume. Basic standard is 50 milliliters. By entering this button, you have a selection option for several others. 20 milliliters or even 2 milliliters when you're performing a measurement on a neonatal patient. With the cross, you go out again. Next to the bolus, you will see the CVP. The CVP in this setting is manually. That means you have to enter the CVP number yourself. Default is 5 mm mercury. We can see on the left corner here that CVP is measured on 14. Here you can take over this number into the CVP over there. By just clearing the number, entering 14, press enter, the 14 will be used and the calculation of the systemic vascular resistance will be performed. Now we are ready to perform a thermodilution. If you want to press a thermodilution, we just simply touch the start button. The monitor will tell me baseline is stable. Take the syringe, hold in your hand, and as soon when you're ready, you can inject. The system will automatically detect the injection of the bolus you are given. The thermodilution is being performed right now, being displayed on your screen. After performing the 3 measurements, please check if they are in range, plus minus 50% of the difference. You can see here the measurement number 1, 2 and 3. If you do not want the number 2 in it because it's too much of a deviation of the other ones, by simply pressing the measurement and it will be taken off after you do the averages of the measurements. When all 3 measurements are okay, then you need to press the cal button so it will automatically make an averages of those 3 measurements. All hemodynamic parameters will be indexed accordingly to the patient data information. When ready, after your measurements, go to the main menu. Press the left main menu button. If you want to see more parameters than just the small parameter graph over here, press this area and all other parameters will be displayed accordingly. You can have the fields over here of cardiac output, cardiac index. The next step over there is when you want to have more information about organ function, such as lung water. To access previous result, go to the vital list. You can find it here on your monitor. By pressing it and choosing the right table, you can see the complete overview of all PiCCO parameters.